Alright everyone, welcome back to the Star Wars Iceberg. This is going to be part 4 of a part 8 series. So we'll be halfway done once we finish this. So let's jump right into it. Maxi Warriors. The Maxi Warriors were a legendary group of ancient warriors whose culture was deeply rooted in warfare. They were known for trading weapons instead of using currency, reflecting their material society. By around 1000 BBY, the Maxi Warriors disappeared from the known galaxy, leaving behind a legacy that would later be referenced by various groups. Millennia after their disappearance, the name Maxi Warriors was adopted by a secretive paramilitary group during the era of the New Republic. This group, led by individuals like Rin Riven Dai, used the Maxine name to evoke the fearsome reputation of the ancient warriors, though their true connection to the original Maxines remains unclear. Their activities included clandestine operations that threatened the stability of the New Republic, leading to significant political and military repercussions. Acolytes of the Beyond. The Acolytes of the Beyond were a cult of dark side fanatics that emerged during the final year of the Galactic Civil War and expanded into a network of cells during the early New Republic era. These non-Force sensitive individuals revered the Sith, believing that only dark side users could alter the currents of the Force, which they perceived as a river. They engaged in activities such as acquiring and sacrificing lightsabers, which they believed belonged to fallen Sith, intending to return these weapons to their original owners in death. The Acolytes opposed the New Republic, conducting armed resistance and attacks, including an assault on a peace and security station in Coronet City on Corellia. Notably, they were associated with figures like Yupe Tashu, a former advisor to Emperor Palpatine, and Ochii of Bestoon, a Sith assassin. Their actions contributed to the instability during the transition from Imperial rule to the New Republic. And we'll be going into Yupe Tashu and Ochii of Bestoon later in this video. Takodana Jedi Temple. The Jedi Temple on Takodana, also known as the Takodana Outpost Temple, was a Jedi Order outpost situated on the shores of Nimiv Lake during the High Republic era. Initially overseen by Jedi Master Kaktorf, until his leave in 382 BBY, the temple later came under the supervision of his former Padawan, Jedi Master Sav Malagan. In 231 BBY, the temple served as a sanctuary and training ground for Jedi, including visits from Padawans aboard the Starhawk. Following the Republic fair on Valo, the temple became a battleground during the skirmish with the Nihil, a marauding group that threatened the galaxy during that period. This confrontation led to the temple's destruction, marking a significant loss for the Jedi Order on Takodana. Centuries later, the site gained renewed significance when Maz Kanata, a pirate and collector of ancient artifacts, established her castle over the ruins of the temple. This castle became a neutral ground and gathering place for travelers, smugglers, and adventurers from across the galaxy. The catacombs beneath Kanata's castle were rumored to contain tombs of ancient Jedi, preserving the legacy of the temple that once stood there. Ashmlock. Ashmlock was a high-security automated Imperial prison facility located on the Wookiee homeworld of Kashyyyk. Originally constructed by the Pradori as a starship designed to detain Republic prisoners, it was later repurposed by the Galactic Empire into a ground-based facility to imprison Wookiee slaves and political dissidents. The prison was heavily fortified, operated with minimal human oversight, and relied on advanced technology, including automated systems, to ensure the containment of its captives. Among its notable prisoners was Chewbacca, the Wookiee co-pilot of Han Solo, who had been captured during the Galactic Civil War. In a bold mission, Han Solo and his allies infiltrated the prison disguised as a repair crew, successfully bypassing its defense and liberating Chewbacca along with other detainees. Unbroken Clan / Mourner's Wail. The Mourner's Wail Syndicate Unbroken Clan War was a bloody conflict between two prominent criminal organizations in the Star Wars galaxy, triggered by betrayal and the deaths of their respective heirs. The war began when Nakano Lash, a bounty hunter, killed Camus, heir to the Mourner's Wail, to prevent him from murdering his lover Crinthia, the heir to the rival Unbroken Clan, and mother of his unborn child. This event sparked a deep-seated rivalry between the syndicates as both factions sought vengeance for their losses. The conflict escalated over years, involving numerous skirmishes, assassinations, and power struggles. Crinthia died during childbirth, leaving her daughter Cadella as the potential heir to both syndicates. Lash went into hiding to protect Cadella, believing she could eventually bring peace by uniting the two factions. However, the war only intensified as the Mourner's Wail and the Unbroken Clan vied for control of the criminal underworld. In 3 ABY, Lash, suffering from an illness, sought the help of his former protege Baelert Vance to ensure Cadella's safety amidst the chaos. The war reached its climax with a series of betrayals and dramatic power shifts. Lord Camdek, leader of the Mourner's Wail, was assassinated by the bounty hunter Dengar, while IG-88B played a crucial role in destroying the Unbroken Clan with its help of its defecting leader Vakora. The syndicates were ultimately decimated, marking the end of the war. Despite the devastation, Cadella's survival carried the hope of the future where the criminal underworld might finally find unity and peace through her lineage. Herkul Jerk. This is a strange one. All I could find about this one is just making fun of this newer book as they describe the TIE fighter as moving around Herkul Jerk. But yeah, that's pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie to you. Valance's heart. Baelert Valance, a human male bounty hunter, sustained severe injuries during his service with the Galactic Empire, leading to extensive cybernetic reconstruction. These enhancements included a replacement of his heart with a mechanical counterpart essential for his survival. The cybernetic heart, along with other augmentations, granted Valance increased strength and resilience, but also caused him to grapple with his humanity. His mechanical heart symbolized the internal conflict between his emotions and the cold efficiency of his cybernetic components. This duality influenced his actions and decisions throughout his career as he navigated the complexities of his identity in a galaxy rife with conflict. Iscat. The 13th sister, born Iscat Akaris, was a Pecorian female who transitioned from Jedi Knight to Inquisitor under Darth Vader during the Galactic Empire's rise. As a Jedi, she participated in the First Battle of Geonosis, marking the onset of the Clone Wars. Following Order 66, she willingly joined the Inquisitorius, seeking to uncover truth about her past. Notably, she killed 3 Jedi on her initial hunt and later assisted in tracking down former Jedi Master Eth Koth. During her time as an Inquisitor, she developed a close relationship with a fellow Inquisitor, Tulan Yaluna. Their bond deepened over time, leading them to consider leaving the Inquisitorius together. Their intentions were discovered by Darth Vader, who viewed their plans as betrayal, and in response, Vader attempted to eliminate them upon their return to the Inquisitorius headquarters. Yuluna intervened, allowing the 13th sister to escape. The couple fled across Coruscant with Vader in pursuit, and during the chase, they managed to temporarily incapacitate Vader by striking him with the speeder. However, as the 13th sister prepared to deliver a final blow, Vader used the Force to immobilize both her and Yuluna, ultimately killing both of them. Vonreg. Baron Elric Vonreg was a skilled pilot and major in the First Order, flying a Crimson TIE Baron Space Superiority Interceptor. He played a key role in combating New Republic forces, including engaging Poe Dameron and Kazuda Xeno, though they ultimately escaped with critical intelligence. Vonreg also conspired with Commander Pyre, Captain Phasma, and pirates to stage attacks on the Colossus refueling station, aiming to force its leader, Captain Doza, into accepting First Order control. His actions highlighted the First Order's aggressive tactics to expand its influence. In the Battle of Castellan, Vonreg engaged Resistance pilot Kazuda Xeno in a dogfight. Despite his skills, Vonreg was outmaneuvered and Xeno destroyed his starfighter, leading to his death. His demise marked a significant setback for the First Order's operations around Castellan. Vonreg's story underscores the escalating conflict between the First Order, New Republic, and the Resistance. Kylo Ren Zillo Beast. The Zillo Beast, a gargantuan serpent-like creature with near impenetrable armor, was revealed as a god by the Benthany people. During a confrontation between the Galactic Empire and the Benthany, Darth Vader engaged in a battle with this formidable creature but was unable to defeat it. Years later, his grandson Kylo Ren sought to subdue the Benthany, who had been expanding their territory aggressively. When diplomatic efforts failed, a battle ensued, during which the Zillo Beast emerged. Demonstrating remarkable resolve, Kylo Ren leaped into the creature's mouth and killed it from within. This act led the Benthany to cease hostilities and submit to First Order authority. Church of the Force. The Church of the Force was a religious group composed of non-Force sensitive individuals who revered the Force and upheld Jedi ideals. During the High Republic era, the Church was represented on the Convocation of the Force on Jedha. Under the Galactic Empire, when Jedi practices were forbidden, the Church operated underground, preserving Jedi teachings and anticipating their return. Lorsan Tekka, an explorer and member of the Church, played a significant role in safeguarding Jedi lore during this period. The Church's dedication exemplified the enduring belief in the Force's light, even amidst widespread suppression. Yupe Tashu. Yupe Tashu was a human male who served as one of the Emperor Palpatine's closest advisors during the Galactic Empire. Although not Force-sensitive, he was a historian of the dark side and a devoted Sith cultist. Following the Emperor's death at the Battle of Endor, Tashu joined the Imperial Future Council, a group of high-ranking officials who convened to determine the Empire's future. Captured by the New Republic on Akiva, he was later imprisoned on Chandrila. In 5 ABY, Tashu escaped custody with the assistance of Fleet Admiral Gallius Rax, and resurfaced with the Acolytes of the Beyond on Deveron. During the Battle of Jakku, he accompanied Rax to the Jakku Observatory to initiate the Empire's contingency plan. Tashu's unwavering devotion to the dark side and the Sith significantly influenced the remnants of the Empire during its decline. Snoke's Attendants. The Attendants were a group of mute alien navigators from an ancient insectoid species native to the unknown regions. They were utilized by various factions, including the Grisk Hegemony and the First Order, for their exceptional navigational skills in uncharted territories. During the Imperial Grisk conflict in the Age of the Empire, the Attendants played a significant role. Later, they served the Supreme Leader Snoke during the war between the First Order and the Resistance. Under Snoke, they acted as navigators and advisors, leveraging their knowledge of the unknown regions to guide the First Order's fleet through hazardous, uncharted hyperspace routes. This expertise ensured the survival and expansion of the First Order, enabling it to operate in secrecy. Their presence in Snoke's courtroom symbolized the First Order's reliance on ancient knowledge and mysticism, underscoring their role in its rise to power. Kister and Wald's fate. After Anakin's departure from Tatooine, Kister and Wald remain on the desert planet. Kister would eventually be freed from slavery by Sabe, Padme Amidala's former handmaiden, as a part of a slave liberation movement conducted in Shmi Skywalker's honor. He was relocated to the planet Grabador III, where he lived in a colony with other freed slaves from Tatooine, including Wald. During this period, the colony on Grabador III suffered under the neglect of Governor Tatsuna, who collaborated with the criminal syndicate Crimson Dawn. Sabe sought Darth Vader's assistance to liberate the colony from the governor's oppression. Unbeknownst to Kister and Wald, Vader was their childhood friend, Anakin Skywalker. Upon arrival, Vader and Sabe met with Kister and Wald to discuss the situation. During their mission, Kister attempted to fight back against the Governor's forces, but had to be saved by Vader, who slew the attacking beasts. Vader and Sabe then continued their plan to overthrow the Governor, utilizing the help of Kister and the colonists. Ochii of Bestoon comedic relief. As per mentioned, Ochii of Bestoon is kind of one of those acolytes of the Beyond, who was like a Sith acolyte kind of. He is a very serious character. I'm not even going to say that serious, but he is a murdering character in Episode 9. But apparently in some comic series, in like Vader's run, he is mostly used as comedic relief, and it just comes off as just like kind of abrasive and out of character. So that's all I could find from this one as well. Baby Ben Solo's antics. Han often described Ben as an energetic and unpredictable child. He was full of curiosity and had a knack for getting into trouble, whether tinkering with starships or using his force powers in ways he didn't fully understand. There are hints that Ben's force sensitivity manifested in uncontrolled outbursts, which occasionally frightened those around him, including himself. Leia and Han did their best to reassure him, but they didn't know always how to handle his powers. Dredger. The Dredger are sentient plant-like creatures introduced in Star Wars The High Republic, originating from the planet Militia in wild space. They are carnivorous beings with twisted tentacles, tooth-filled maws, and collective consciousness known as the Root Mind. Strongly connected to the dark side of the Force, the Dredger can dominate and corrupt other beings, including Jedi. During the High Republic era, they emerged as a significant galactic threat, spreading rapidly and causing widespread destruction. The Dredger crisis lasted for about a year, and saw the Jedi struggling to contain their infestation. Their regenerative abilities and adaptability made them difficult to combat through traditional methods. Additionally, their ability to corrupt minds presented unique challenges for the Jedi Order. Ultimately, the Dredger became a memorable and fearsome enemy, showcasing the darker, untamed forces of the galaxy during the High Republic era. V. Maradi and the Cardinal. In 34 ABY, Resistance spy V. Maradi was captured by the First Order's Absolution, a battlecruiser commanded by Cardinal, a red-armored stormtrooper trainer. Cardinal suspected that Maradi had information on Captain Phasma after discovering she had recently visited Phasma's homeworld, Parnassus, which I mentioned in the last video. Desperate for evidence to expose Phasma before a meeting with Hux and Kylo Ren, Cardinal tortured Maradi for information. Maradi revealed stories from Civ, a healer from the Sire tribe, detailing how Phasma betrayed her people to join the First Order. Despite these revelations, Cardinal felt it wasn't enough to accuse Phasma. Maradi then revealed that the Resistance had learned Phasma killed Brendel Hux using a venomous beetle from her homeworld and eliminated the only other witness, Frey. Appalled by Phasma's treachery, Cardinal decided to confront Armitage Hux, the son of Brendel Hux, with the truth about Phasma's betrayal. This marked a turning point for Cardinal, sowing doubt about his loyalty to the First Order. Dark Vision's nurse. During the Imperial era, a human female nurse served aboard the Death Star under a supervising doctor who attended to Darth Vader's medical needs. Over time, she developed an obsessive and psychotic infatuation with the Sith Lord. Her obsession led her to steal Vader's cape and collect pieces of his armor as well as vials of his blood. Upon discovering these items, the doctor intended to report her behavior. She escaped but found herself in Vader's meditation chamber face to face with an unmasked Vader. She then proclaimed her love for him, and then he proceeded to ignite his lightsaber into her chest. The Raddus's Shield. The critique of the Holdo maneuver in The Last Jedi centers on how much it breaks established lore due to its unprecedented nature. Critics argue that it contradicts prior Star Wars logic, as no one had ever used hyperspace as a weapon before. Defenders of the film offer two main justifications. Casual viewers claim that it was always possible, but simply never attempted, while those familiar with ancillary materials point to the Raddus's experimental shields, which supposedly made the maneuver uniquely viable. Rian Johnson allegedly included the maneuver without explaining its novelty or limitations, and the Lucasfilm Story Group approved it despite its implications for the lore. The presence of retcons like the shield explanation suggests an attempt to paper over the issue. Critics argue that if the maneuver truly fit the established universe, there would be no need for such justifications or clarifications in supplementary materials. The dumbest thing to happen in a while was this. The Jedi-Hutt Alliance. During the High Republic era, the Jedi Order formed a temporary and uneasy alliance with the Hutt clan to combat the Dredger, a sentient plant-like species connected to the dark side of the Force, as previously mentioned. The Dredger posed a galaxy-wide threat, spreading destruction and corruption across the Outer Rim. Although the Jedi and the Hutts were both natural adversaries due to the Hutts' criminal enterprises, both groups recognized the Dredger as a common enemy. This unusual partnership allowed them to pool resources and manpower to counter the Dredger infestation more efficiently. The Alliance highlighted the Jedi's pragmatic approach to safeguarding the galaxy, even if it meant working alongside morally dubious allies. Despite their collaboration, tensions and distrust between the Jedi and the Hutts remained high throughout their efforts. Once the Dredger threat was mitigated, the Alliance dissolved and the groups resumed their usual opposition. Huban. During the Galactic Civil War, Luke Skywalker, Leia Organa, and Han Solo sought refuge on the secluded moon of Huban, home to the peaceful clan Marcona, led by Thane Marcona. While there, Luke developed a romantic connection with Tula Marcona, Thane's daughter, who shared her people's serene way of life and offered Luke a rare moment of peace amidst the chaos of war. Their bond grew as Tula admired Luke's connection to the Force, though their relationship was bittersweet due to Luke's duty to the Rebel Alliance and his path as a Jedi. This respite was interrupted when the Empire discovered the location and sent Scar Squadron, an elite trooper unit, to capture them. A battle erupted between the rebels, Clan Marcona, and the Scar Squadron, during which Thane Marcona was killed while defending his people. Tula fought bravely alongside her clan, but the rebels ultimately escaped by stealing a Sentinel-class landing craft from the Imperial forces. Though their connection was brief, Tula left a lasting impression on Luke, providing him with a glimpse of personal happiness and the values of peace. The events on Huban, including Luke's relationship with Tula and the loss of Clan Marcona's leader, underscored the sacrifices made during the Galactic Civil War. Handmaiden's Return. Star Wars Darth Vader Volume 6, Return of the Handmaidens, explores the evolving relationship between Darth Vader and Sabe, a former handmaiden of Padme Amidala. Initially seeking revenge for Padme's death, Sabe discovers Vader's true identity as Anakin Skywalker and believes there is still good in him. Hoping to redeem him, she allies with Vader, but their partnership is fraught with challenges, including confrontation with a corrupt Imperial governor and the pirate Jewel Tambor. Sabe's loyalty wavers as she struggles with the moral compromises of working alongside Vader. The Emperor becomes aware of Sabe's intentions, leading to a tense confrontation that tests her resolve and Vader's allegiance to the dark side. The volume delves into the themes of redemption, loyalty, and the enduring influence of Padme's memory on Vader. The Evereni. The Evereni were a nomadic humanoid species distinguished by their slate gray skin and pitch black eyes. Originally from the planet Everon, they were forced to abandon their homeworld after the Great Storm devastated it, leading to centuries of internal conflicts. These wars ultimately compelled the surviving Evereni to flee into the galaxy. During the High Republic era, an Evereni male named Marchion Robe emerged as the leader of the Nihil, a group of marauders who pose a significant threat to the Galactic Republic and the Jedi Order. Blade of Bordo. Porter Engel, known as the Blade of Bordo, is a Krukian Jedi Master and an accomplished cook who lived during the High Republic era. Distinguished by his enormous beard, Engel was a legendary figure within the Jedi Order. He formed a sibling-like bond with fellow Jedi Barash Sylvian, and together they resolved disputes on the galactic frontier. Engel specializing in combat and Sylvian in sensing the Force and perceiving others' intentions. In his earlier years, Engel wielded a blue-bladed Shoto lightsaber alongside with his regular lightsaber, demonstrating exceptional skill in combat. Despite his formidable reputation as a warrior, Engel also had a passion for cooking, often preparing meals for his fellow Jedi. His multifaceted talents and deep commitment to the Jedi way made him a respected and admired member of the Order during the High Republic era. The Nameless. The Nameless, also known as the Shri Ka-Ra, or Eaters of the Force, are mysterious creatures that prey on Force-sensitive individuals by consuming the living Force. Their presence induces severe effects in Force users, including hallucinations, loss of connection to the Force, and potentially death, leaving victims as lifeless husks. These beings emerged as significant adversaries during the High Republic era, posing a substantial threat to the Jedi Order. Their origins and nature remain largely enigmatic, adding to the fear and danger they represent within the galaxy. Project Starhawk. Project Starhawk was a New Republic initiative to develop the Starhawk-class battleship, a formidable warship constructed from the components of decommissioned Imperial Star Destroyers. The project aimed to counter the remnants of the Galactic Empire during the Galactic Civil War. The Starhawk class featured advanced tractor beam technology, enabling it to effectively immobilize enemy vessels. The Nadiri dockyard served as the primary construction site for these battleships. The Empire became aware of Project Starhawk and sought to thwart its progress, leading to significant confrontations between Imperial forces and the New Republic. The Starhawk-class battleships played a crucial role in the New Republic's efforts to establish peace and stability in the galaxy. Phantom Squadron. Phantom Squadron was a New Republic starfighter unit formed by Captain Wedge Antilles and 5 ABY, composed of pilots known for their unconventional skills. The squadron played a pivotal role in the liberation of Kashyyyk, acting without official authorization from the New Republic Defense Fleet. As a result, they were temporarily disbanded as punishment. However, recognizing their effectiveness, Phantom Squadron was reinstated in time to participate in the decisive Battle of Jakku, contributing significantly to the New Republic's victory over the Galactic Empire. Tiger Jedi. I'm assuming this is who it is, because he looks like a tiger, but maybe it's something else, but I'm pretty sure it's this. Jackson was a Togorian Jedi who served on the Jedi Order during the final years of the Galactic Republic. As a youngling, he trained at the Jedi Temple on Coruscant, where he was part of the Tibidi clan and befriended fellow initiates Ger and a Trandoshan and Krish, a Wookiee. During his training, he witnessed lightsaber demonstrations by Jedi Masters Yoda and Dooku, whom he admired. By 26 BBY, Jackson had attained the rank of Jedi Knight. That year, he was dispatched to the planet Sullust to investigate the Kaldana Syndicate, a criminal organization involved in arms and smuggling. On Sullust, he encountered Count Dooku, who had previously left the Jedi Order and secretly had become a Sith Lord. Dooku offered his resistance, and Jackson, recalling his past admiration for the former Jedi Master, accepted. Together, they located the Syndicate's base. When confronted by the Syndicate's guards, Dooku revealed his red lightsaber, indicating his allegiance to the Sith. Despite his surprise, Jackson fought alongside Dooku against the criminals, and after the battle, Dooku betrayed Jackson, using the Force to manipulate a blaster and fatally shoot him in the back. Jackson was characterized by his loyalty to the Jedi Order and his admiration for Dooku, which ultimately led to his downfall. Physically, he had yellow eyes and orange and white fur with black stripes, typical of the Togorian species, and a tiger. Rogger Voss. Rogger Voss is a barren planet located in the Outer Rim territories of the Star Wars galaxy. Its surface is characterized by arid flats, gorges, and dunes, making it inhospitable and devoid of native life forms, except for a non-native wasp worm that inhabited hives beneath rocky outcroppings. The planet holds historical significance due to the presence of a Jedi temple, which was home to Jedi Master Finn Law Wu, but by 0 ABY this temple had fallen into ruins. During the Galactic Civil War, the Rebel Alliance established a refueling base on Rogus Vaz and also became a site of significant confrontation known as the Battle of Rogus Vaz. Darth Vader crash-landed on the planet after engaging a large Rebel force, and the ensuing battle involved Vader, Rebel forces, and the Mon Calamari cyborg Carbon, resulting in Carbon's death and the Rebellion's retreat from the world. First time I had heard of this General Grievous Mon Calamari. Maybe I'll add him to a later tier, because he seems pretty cool. That's going to do it for Tier 4 of the Star Wars Iceberg. We're over halfway there now. So I hope you all have enjoyed the series so far. I'm having a good time making it. I hope to get out the next tier in the next week or so and to get all the research done soon, because a lot of these things I've never heard of before. These are kind of some weird things. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed, and that will be all. We'll see you in the next one.